Big DCU rumor coming out of thatparkplace.com. Pom Klementieff, Mantis herself from Guardians of the Galaxy, could be playing Huntress in the DCU. This is a rumor that I love to see because Pom Klementieff, I think, is an excellent actor. She did great as Mantis. Even in the latest Mission Impossible, she was fantastic in it. And I think that role there really highlights the ability she would have to play something like Huntress. But let's take a look at what this says here. Again, this is from thatparkplace.com. And you can see it says Guardians of the Galaxy veteran Pom Klementieff is rumored to play Huntress in an upcoming film set in James Gunn's DC universe. It says Pom Klementieff, as reported by Agents Fandom, she responded, "Do you really think I'm going to answer that question?" So this is back in June. She was asked what character she would like to play in Gunn's universe, DC universe, during an appearance at Superhero Comic Con in San Antonio. She goes, "Do you really think I'm going to answer that question? I just want to keep working with James, so we're going to keep trying to find ways to do that. Yes, we've been talking about one specific character, but I can't talk about that right now." This kind of highlights two really big things here I want to talk about. Number one, that she's going to show up in the DCU. Whether it's Huntress, whether it's something else, that's phenomenal. But number two is that there are these actors, there are people in there that just want to work with James Gunn. They love working with James Gunn. And that's what is exciting, because the more and more you start to see these actors are wanting to come and work with James, wanting to work at DC, because James Gunn is at the forefront of this universe. He is the one that is pushing this universe forward. That is what is exciting. We're seeing people want to come work on Superman in the DCU. Let's not forget that this Superman script was passed around to producers, to agents, to try and get actors. You know, that's what they do. They pass it around to agents and producers to try and get actors on board when they're trying to find the cast. These actors were trying so hard to get on this film because of how excited people were for this movie. Hollywood was abuzz for that film. The same goes for the rest of the DCU. Because James Gunn is heading it, people are excited about that. People are excited that they could work with James Gunn. You see that here with someone like Pom. She is excited with the idea, even the possibility of working with James Gunn again. I mean, I don't know what else to say to those people, those naysayers who sit there and say, James Gunn's going to do terrible. He's not fit for this and that. Come on, guys. Like, you may not like his movies, but you can't deny the fact that the actors, the people in Hollywood, are excited about what James Gunn is doing. So sit back, relax, and let's just see how it plays out. At the very minimum, sit back and see how it plays out. There's a reason why people are excited. Anyways, moving on. So she says, I can't talk about that right now. So where do we get this Huntress stuff? Where do we get this rumor that she could play Huntress? Well, there's some leakers, scoopers, which I don't really like to talk about often, but it's more than one, and it's people that aren't connected. So, let's talk about these rumors. First off, My Time to Shine Hello, which oddly enough, a lot of people think is a cover for Grace Randolph, which I think is hilarious. If you know who Grace Randolph is, people actually think My Time to Shine Hello is Grace Randolph. I think it's hilarious. I honestly laugh. Every time I see somebody say that, I think it's hilarious. Anyways, when she said this, My Time to Shine Hello, quote tweeted, or quote whatever you want to call it, Huntress. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Could that be what it is? The scooper previously shared that Huntress was coming to the DC universe back in August of last year, which is interesting. Okay, so Huntress, I mean, you figure you're going to build the DC universe up anyways. Huntress is an interesting character. Huntress has a connection to Green Arrow, but we haven't heard anything about Green Arrow. So the fact that they'd be pushing Huntress before saying anything about Green Arrow, okay, maybe. Let's see. He, as they call My Time to Shine Hello, he also claimed in December 2023 that a Huntress movie was in development from the Villainous Director, which was a movie, a South Korean movie, directed by Jung Byung Gil. I'm terrible with names. And it starred a bunch of people. Again, terrible with names. The film followed a young female assassin after she was captured by South Korean intelligence and agrees to work with them for 10 years in exchange for her freedom. It has a number of twists and turns, with one being that she was pregnant when she was captured by the South Korean intelligence agency. I mean, it sounds like it could be something that happens, but again, we haven't heard much of anything, and James Gunn typically debunks this kind of stuff if he hears it. We haven't heard a debunking about any of this, but has anybody really mentioned it to him? Keep that in mind. I don't think anybody's really mentioned it to him. Now, that was not the only person to say something. DCU Leaks over on X also said, as we teased in our AMA, we can exclusively report, it's a scoop, it's a grift, whatever you want to call it, that a Huntress film is in early development for the DCU. There is a twist, however, and that twist is that this is a foreign language film. The film will be in Korean, and DC Studios is looking for Korean directors. That little bit is interesting. Again, I know I talk about countless times how James Gunn is going for different tones, different themes with the DCU. This might not be a good idea, going the Korean route, going for that route. I don't think this is true. I think they may get a Korean director. They may get a director to reach that foreign audience, but I don't think they're going to put it in as a Korean film. Could it be because of the Squid Games phenomenon? Maybe, but I don't think they're going to go that route. Regardless, Pom Klementieff is a fantastic actress. I think she would be great as Huntress. I think it would be great. My concerns are, you're pulling Huntress in, bring in Green Arrow. Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress in Birds of Prey, she was good. But it just kind of was like, all right, she's there. I want to see the world build up around these characters. And don't just add in these characters to just add them in there without any context of where they came before. And having Huntress in Birds of Prey was just like, hey, woman power. And it's just like, okay, yeah, I got what that movie is, whatever. All right, that's cool. And then there was no building off of that. Again, the DCEU failed. I hope they do this right. I hope it's not just about the woman power and stuff like that. I want it to be, let's really make this a movie about Huntress and why she's Huntress, why she became who she is, how she is who she is, and really push it forward. And then, introduce Oliver Queen and have those two come together in some form or fashion. Like, really do it well. That's what I would like to see. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, become a Slav Geek Talker, all that jazz. Support the channel. I wouldn't mind that. I'd be forever grateful. With all that said, I will catch you all later. That button.